iPadOS 26 is finally here, and it's the most Mac-like update we've ever seen. I've been testing it on my 11-inch M1 iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard, and performance has been smooth across the board. No lag or no slowdown. But the real question is, do these updates actually make the iPad feel like a computer? Or is it still better as a tablet first? Let's find out. So let's start with the biggest change, the new windowing system, because it shows a lot about where Apple's trying to take the iPad. You can finally resize and move apps around in Windows, just like on a Mac. And in classic Apple fashion, they made it pretty intuitive to resize your windows. You just grab any corner of the window and stretch it to any size that you want it to be. Some apps adapt pretty smoothly to different window sizes, but some apps do require a quick second to readjust. And in certain window sizes, they don't work properly at all, like on YouTube, where you can't scroll down to the comments if the window is a specific size. You can also simply grab a window by the top bar and flick it to the sides of the screen, and it'll auto resize to fill half the screen. If you double tap the top of the window, it'll switch between full screen and window mode for easy transitions. Swipe down from the top middle of the screen, and you'll now get a menu bar that looks almost identical to the one on Mac, letting you access app-specific actions more easily. I haven't found myself using the menu bar too much, but to be fair, I could say the same about my MacBook. And to add even more of that Mac aesthetic, each window now has the stoplight buttons on the top left. Just like the Mac, you can exit out of an app, minimize, and make it full screen using all these three buttons. Press and hold the green button, and you'll get preset window sizes and layouts, just like on macOS. So you can easily set them to half the screen, or arrange up to 4 apps in a grid automatically. With these resizable windows, multitasking finally feels a lot less restricting compared to older iPadOS. Honestly, much better than Stage Manager ever did. And if you still prefer using full screen apps like I do, that option hasn't gone anywhere. You can stick to that as your default mode. That said though, I was pretty disappointed that Apple got rid of the slide over multitasking feature, even with the full-size apps. Because that was probably my favorite way to multitask on the iPad. It just felt natural for touch and kept things pretty simple. And hopefully they'll bring it back in a future update. Anyway, when you do want to be more productive, there's now a control center toggle to quickly switch into the window mode. And once it's on, every app opens in its own window, and you can stack or arrange them however you like. Personally though, on the smaller 11-inch iPad, having more than 2 or 3 windows open at once felt overwhelming. That's why I usually stick to just 2 windows side by side, maybe with Spotify running in the background. Oh, and if you were curious, you still can't stream 2 audio sources simultaneously. And when I connected my iPad to a 27-inch monitor, some of the updates made a little bit more sense. With a bigger screen and a keyboard or trackpad, the new window system actually feels like it's being used the way that Apple intended. And I can totally see how if the iPad is your main computer, this setup really unlocks a lot of capability. But for me, since I already have a MacBook, if I wanted to be productive, it made sense most of the time to just plug my laptop into the monitor instead of the iPad. Little touches help too, like if you bring your mouse to the top of the screen, the menu bar just appears automatically instead of you having to swipe it down with your finger. And those stoplight buttons, they make much more sense with a trackpad or a mouse, since using finger gestures for resizing or closing windows just makes more sense. All in all, the new window system definitely makes the iPad more versatile. It can flex between being a tablet and in some setups, feeling like a laptop replacement. Pair that with the improved file management, it's clear that Apple is pushing the iPad further into the laptop territory. You can now place folders directly in the dock, which makes the iPad feel even more Mac-like. But honestly, the general workflow still feels less efficient than on a Mac. For example, exporting a Word doc to a PDF from email took way more steps than I'm used to. I first had to open it in Google Docs, export, print, save as PDF, then reopen it just to sign and attach back in an email. That's the thing, you can almost do anything on the iPad that you would normally do on a Mac, but most of the time it takes longer or just feels clunkier. At the end of the day, iPad is still a tablet, and That's not a bad thing. It's just the reality of being an app-based OS. I mean, that's actually the main reason I bought my iPad in the first place anyway. It's amazing for watching content, it has Apple Pencil support for students or artists, and even offers cellular connectivity, which are things my MacBook can't do. But if you're expecting your iPad to replace your Mac, I don't think that's practical for a lot of people. The workflow still feels slower and less reliable compared to macOS. For me, it's a great sidekick. I use it mostly as a tablet and sometimes as a light productivity machine with a magic keyboard. So while the iPadOS 26 pushes the iPad closer to a Mac-like experience, I think it shines the most when you embrace it as what it is, a versatile tablet. Would love to know how you're using your iPad and what your thoughts are on the iPadOS 26. Let me know in the comments below. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye now.